Are you or a loved one suffering after buying Bitcoin? Are you fed up with the huge returns on investment? Fed up with all the financial sovereignty and freedom? Perhaps you're annoyed with Bitcoin's level playing field and predictability, or maybe you're just disheartened with its strictly limited supply and constant growth of your purchasing power. Whatever it might be, don't worry. Central bankers have got a plan for you. Introducing central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. It's just like Bitcoin, but without all the freedom, revolution, and financial gain. The idea is simple. Why have control over your own money and life using Bitcoin when you can let an entrenched communist central bank oligarchy control it for you? So what inspired us to create CBDCs? The short answer is, you did. When we looked at all the amazing benefits that Bitcoin brought to people all over the world, like financial sovereignty, freedom, sound money, free markets, and free speech, we thought, wow, the debt slaves are getting a bit too close to stepping off that fiat plantation. We better do something about this. Whilst Bitcoin had a good run, it's time for fresh ideas. And who better to deliver them than the people that hyperinflated and destroyed the current monetary system and global economy? It's time for the adults to take over. And the best thing about CBDCs is they are run by licensed, accredited, and regulated central banks. And central banking is a pillar of communism, and nothing bad ever happens when communists run things. The best thing about CBDCs is they take all the worst attributes of the current monetary system and amplify them. Here are some of the features you can look forward to when using central bank digital currencies. Restriction on how and where you spend your money. High inflation and loss of purchasing power. Arbitrary and unpredictable monetary policy. Highly censorable. Restrictions on the time in which you can spend your money. Counterparty risk. Negative interest rate policy. Politically weaponizable currencies, attached social credit score system, constant surveillance and sharing of your spending habits with third parties. But if that's not enough reason to persuade you, every account opened gets a free travel clock signed by Christine Lagarde. With features this good, I know what you're thinking. Take my money. And believe me, we will. You see, the problem with Bitcoin is that it's just too predictable and boring. Why use a system like Bitcoin where you can predict the issuance and inflation rate of its monetary algorithm hundreds of years in advance, when instead you can just be kept in a constant state of uncertainty on a weekly basis by arbitrary decision-making by a handful of people at the central banks? Another problem with Bitcoin is that it makes things too simple and easy. What's the point in having one neutral platform that's apolitical and provides a completely level playing field on a global scale that can't be gamed by any single nation, when you can have many CBDCs with interoperability issues ran by psychopaths in a constant power struggle with each other? What about the magic money tree, you ask? Well, we've got you covered. With CBDCs, you will still enjoy the unlimited issuance of currency that we can counterfeit at will. Why use a sound money system like Bitcoin, where the amount of Bitcoin is limited, when you can use CBDCs and all become billionaires just like the people in 1930s Weimar Germany? And finally, with CBDCs, there's no reason to worry about corruption. As long as you're politically connected and can afford to pay our ex-central bankers $250,000 an hour to give a speech once they step down, you'll get the same treatment as all the other special interests that use CBDCs. But don't just take our word for it. Listen to all these amazing testimonials.
Without a doubt, the best thing about CBDCs is the integrated social credit score system. Not being able to transact is a great way to remind me when I need my next COVID vaccine, or if I've said something the government doesn't like.
Like most people, I don't like change, and that's why I love CBDCs. Even though people say that Bitcoin can fix some of the biggest problems in the world, to me it just seems like a lot of hard work having to manage my Bitcoin private keys. With CBDCs, things can just stay the same, and I can go back to Netflix and chill.
So what are you waiting for? Join the billions of other subjugated people all around the world and get your CBDC account today. Central bank digital currencies. A breath of fresh despair.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to all the adults in the room. Folks, I woke up to a psychotic message on my bathroom my bathroom mirror. It was in red lipstick, alerting me because my wife got home very late last night, alerting me that there's a lice outbreak. And I can't stop itching at my kid's school. So I've got to check my children for lice and spray them after this. And if they have lice, they have to be here all day. Folks, I want them to go to school. How are you guys doing? Oh my God, I woke up today and it's all what it is, folks. It's all what it is, and we're all doing the best we can. Today is Wednesday. We know that for a fact. And tomorrow's Thursday. At some point in the Algorand community, we'll get some DeFi rewards. Daniel Oon, who is somebody, my frame isn't great right now, said that they're coming. And there's some administrative delays. I know a lot of you out there are like, what's with the delays, folks? Some of you may have entered into pools that you otherwise wouldn't without a farm. And you're suffering some impermanent loss. Some of you may be wondering, does this delay have anything to do with the Bittrex complaint? What the fuck? All right, folks. Look, but, hey, folks, you're the Coop. You're the Cooper Troopers. Here we are. We like to stay buoyant. Hey, and you know what? Since I'm feeling a little like I'm feeling right now, maybe a little mental health check with the folks. I know that the Cooper Troopers are a buoyant group. We like to have some fun. But right now is uncertain. It's an uncertain time. And I just want to say to anybody out there that's feeling down or maybe abnormally not feeling great right now, wondering what the fuck is going to happen. Sorry that I'm swearing so much. I've noticed that I've been swearing more. But anyways, I think I said it, and it's that uncertainty that is driving you crazy. So if you're feeling sad, it's probably because you have no idea what is going on. Or maybe that's just me. I don't necessarily feel sad. I feel blessed. I do. All right, guys, let's look at the chat. Let's liven me up, folks. Are you here? Is anybody here? Look at that. Chris Swenner feels good. Yeah, Captain Stryker actually enjoys the I get it now. Captain Stryker's more of a permanent loss guy. A lot of us in the Algorand community, we like to do things different. You know what I mean? We're like, all of these other guys, I just played that Bitcoin video. They're touting all of the great things about Bitcoin and all that. But us in the Algorand community, we like to do things faster. You know what I mean? We like things to be fast and cheap, just like how quickly we've lost so much value in that token. I know Chris Swenner has a tremendous amount of algo, and every time he looks at his wallet, he thinks about all of the decisions that have brought him here. I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm talking about. It was good to hear from Daniel Oon saying that these rewards are coming. It was an administrative delay, and I don't know. Average Zen, thank you for kicking it off in the morning. It was one of the first messages I saw, and he seems a little concerned as well. And who knows why it is? Let's just hope that it happens, because if it doesn't happen, it's going to be terrible. You know what I mean? If those DeFi rewards don't go out for the reason that they wouldn't go out, I don't know if it's like I said, it is FUD at this point, because the people that are making these decisions are the people that are, tracking these decisions at the Algorand Foundation are saying it's coming. Administrative delays, potentially some projects didn't fill out the paperwork 100% correctly. They're trying to get it all done. There's a person with a stamp in a corner in the office in Singapore that has to stamp it. Only half the stamp went on Humble's application, so they needed Humble to send back the application via fax. All right, guys. So, look, here we are. The way you win is how fast you go to zero, right? Right? The first one to come wins. I learned that in a rap song when I was in high school. Sounds about right. Look, this just makes the case for XGov even more. There you go. Average Zen. Yeah, it's rough, folks. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not gonna dwell on it. Faster to the bottom. Bon Jovi's in the building. Governor's hat. He will say it is for the lice, but really it's for the Pepe memes. Yes, in the middle of this, when I randomly pretend to try to catch a fly with my tongue, you will know where my real passion lies. John Mazzoni, friend of the show, is shilling Pepe coin to me harder than he's ever shilled anything. He could care less about NFTs, John Mazzoni. He's like, I don't give a shit, dude. Be fucking, dickwad.eth. Buy Pepe. Buy Pepe. It's the eternal meme, and it truly kind of is. So in my fragile mind state, it's actually appealing to me a little bit. I'm like, should I buy Pepe? Oh, boy. How are you guys doing with Pepe? You know what? I'm going to check Pepe. When we go to CoinMarketCap, I'm going to check on you guys. How my friends in this chat are doing with their exit liquidity. Pepe Coop reporting for duty. Shout out. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that GIF that Perdoodles made? Perdoodles is NFT artist in the Algorand ecosystem. Made a very funny GIF. Block Runner turned a picture I jokingly posted of me making a Pepe face into a Pepe. Oh, man. Life is what you make of it, folks, and that's fun. Maximus waking up at 4:30. You guys are starting to You guys are starting to worry about me. You guys worried? Seriously. Can I take the rest of the week off? I need a break. Yeah, so today, I was concerned yesterday scrolling the news because Binance US is clearly on the chopping block here. Every time I've seen any kind of news cycle like what's been happening with Binance US the past couple of days means probably either today or, maybe more likely Friday, there will be some sort of action against Binance US. We all know it's coming. It might not be devastating. But it probably means that there's going to be no more Binance US. I have a strong feeling about that. We will be exploring that fact. There's some other news that I got us rearing and ready to go. Some regulators. There's a lot more people stepping up in the US government to defend Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general. There is... California continues to sort of step up in a way of being a region that is actually accepting this technology a bit. So I'm here in California. I was born in this this well-placed geographical location. It's nice over here by the Pacific Ocean most times. Except for when all the news is, oh my God, they're the big ones coming, the big earthquake. Some people don't like earthquakes. I don't either. Guys, I'm I feel stupid right now. Oh, man. And then we got, what else do we got? What other good news do I have to Saudi Arabia may be selling oil to China for gold. Okay. There's so much. The money supply is contracting at record rates. Last time it contracted like this, I think, was 90 years ago in the Great Depression. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right, guys, I'm just kidding. I'm going to pick it up. We're going to do good. It's going to be great. We're going to have some fun. It better not be lice, though. I'm just telling you. My kids better not end up having damn lice. I don't want to deal with that. All right? Damn it. I'm going to have to force my daughter to wear a hat if she has to go to school. If she does not have lice, she's going to be required to wear a hat. And if you know anything about my daughter, she's not going to wear that hat. So we'll see how that goes. It's Buddy Man dated Stacy's mom. She's got it going on. Stacy's mom. It's Buddy Man dated Stacy's mom. She's got it going on. We got It's Buddy Man rapping. Lice baby. Sick media. She dumped me. I hate her. All makes sense. Boring Bon Jovi used to be in a relationship with Stacey Warden. Now we're starting to see the revenge arc. I'm not lying. The current sentiment is Bon Jovi. You might be getting the better of her. I share that same opinion about Binance US. I'd be surprised if they're still around by the fourth quarter 2023. Honestly, Steve, I would be surprised if they're still around by May. So there we go. And that's only about a week away. Living on a prayer, folks. Tell me, I'm a priest. I have a confession. His confession was that he's dating the Stace. Doof is in the building. Doofy is the man. Hello, it's Buddy Man. Flocky is the new Pepe. Nobody likes Flocky. Average Zen. 0 people. Oh, I reached out to Christopher Swenner. He likes it when I call him Christopher. Christopher said that, hey, Coop, I heard a rumor that we might have a chat soon. And I decided yesterday it's time for me to do interviews again. And Chris Swenner is at the top of that list. We're going to have an insane conversation. It's going to be long. It's going to be compelling. And it's going to be flirtatious. All right. So, guys, let's check it out. We're going to go to your favorite website, not mine, cnbc.com, and we're going to check on futures. I've probably been talking long enough. That video I played before about CBDCs, are you guys excited about CBDCs? Does that get you jacked up? That's what we need. You know what I mean? Screw FedNow and their instant payment service. Just skip right over to CBDCs, and that would fill the hole right now. We could all collect CBDCs. That would just be collecting money that they can take away. I don't care. Guys, give us the CBDCs. You know what I mean? Make me eat shit. All right. I'm going to share this tab instead. Let's double check, make sure that we're in this building. I am not going to be making the same mistakes as yesterday. Look at that. Me in the corner like a man. Sorry, I'm being a little obnoxious today. Let me just actually step into the room and be with you guys and stay in the moment and stop playing this game I'm playing right now. All right, so futures are looking good. We had some tech is outperforming earnings. Microsoft did well. Google is doing a huge buyback. I think it was a $70 billion buyback. Those always go well for the stock price. So that's exciting for, Alphabet and Microsoft holders. If you sold big tech to enter into crypto, I'm sorry. First Republic's dramatic slide continues as regional bank looks for a rescue deal. First Republic Bank is struggling. That's a San Francisco-based bank, I believe. I have a buddy who isn't paying attention. And when all of the bank failures happened, First Republic was obviously also, there was lots of, on LA News, lots of lines outside of First Republic. And we all sort of wondered if First Republic was going to be able to make it. And my buddy was like, well, all my money's in First Republic. And I was like, maybe take it out. And I was like, how much? Is it over $250,000? And he goes, no, that's in my Schwab. And I said, all right, well, Schwab's not doing great either. But I think that your stocks are fine. Okay. But Bitcoin right here on CNBC, Bitcoin jumps 8% as First Republic pulls banking sector concerns back into focus. So Bitcoin likes it when banks fail. So own Bitcoin, because this story seems to be continuously getting worse. But we don't know. I mean, it would be bad news for the economy if banks continue to fail. All right. Captain Obvious is in the building. All right. So Britain says no to Microsoft acquiring Activision. There we go. All right. That's enough. Let's go to Bloomberg. Okay. So that's Microsoft had good news, and now Microsoft has bad news. Top story. Boom. Seems like Microsoft's Bing, is in the contention to replace Google as the search engine on Samsung phones. So Microsoft is making moves in the AI. Making moves in AI. They were quick. Google seems to be behind a little bit there. Musk bets the house of Tesla on low prices and razor-thin margins. Okay. Good luck, Tesla. Oh, man. That First Republic thing does not look like it is going well. They're weighing up to $100 billion in asset sales. Women's basketball is raking in more cash than ever, but athletes' paychecks are anemic. Is women's basketball raking in more money than ever? I'm tempted, guys, but I know that this has nothing to do with why you're here. But I'm tempted. Really? Does women's basketball rake in more money than ever? Good for them. I actually like to see that. Why Russian TV isn't Tucker Carlson's dream job? Oh, what the fuck? Is Tucker going to Russian TV? That would be quite the pivot. Pivot. All right. Enough of that. And this was an article that I saw last night on Bloomberg that I thought was interesting. The quants are out of ammo for buying stocks, Goldman Sachs warns. Trigger signal flashed for CTAs with S&P 500 dropping Tuesday. Now, obviously, yesterday was a pretty red day, and but then the earnings afterwards caused a bounce. I have a feeling that bounce might last through the morning, but I think real life is going to come real quick. Now, maybe it'll continue because all of this banking anxiety. We have the Fed meeting, I believe, what is that, next week? It's like the May 2nd or 3rd, or May 2nd and 3rd. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I will say that it's possible that the Fed actually does pivot and not raise interest rates because of the all this banking angst. It says it right there, banking angst. All right. Amid resurgent banking angst, rattled stock markets may have to live without a key source of buying power. That's the warning from Goldman Sachs Group, Scott Rubner, whose data shows systematic money managers have loaded up on more than $170 billion worth of global shares in the last month, driving the fund's exposure to the highest level since early 2022. Now, with their positioning near a peak, the group is more inclined to be sellers in coming weeks, according to the market veteran, who has studied flow of funds for 2 decades. Trigger signals for commodity trading advisors, CTAs that surf the momentum of asset prices through long and short bets in the futures market, sit at levels including 4,130 on S&P 500, his model shows. The index dropped 65 points on Tuesday. I am tactically bearish. Rubner wrote in a note to clients Tuesday afternoon, the buyers are out of ammo. From trend followers to traders who allocate assets based on volatility signals, quant funds would be forced to unwind as much as 276 billion of shares should the market sell off in the next month, according to Goldman's model. However, thanks to their elevated exposure, they would only need to purchase up to 25 billion if a big rally takes hold during the same time frame. That's potentially bad news for stock bulls who just got hit with the worst day for the S&P 500 in over a month after gloomy news from First Republic rekindled worries that the lending crisis has not run its course. If sustained, the unwinding from quants has the potential to create additional pressure for a market where caution prevails amid recession concerns and a looming deadline for U.S. government debt ceiling. That's another thing, this stupid debt ceiling. Flow analysis is, okay, I'm not going to read this whole article. In part lured by the eerie calm sweeping stocks of late, quant funds spent the past month scooping up equities, acting as a main source of support for the market. A turn in their behavior would weigh on the market, vindicating those who warned the recent tranquility has masked dangers beneath the surface. Earlier this week, JP Morgan Chase & Company's top-ranked strategist, Marko Kolonovich, said the piece was driven by technical forces such as option sellers fueling intraday turnarounds that left the market largely unchanged on most sessions. There you go, folks. Not looking good. Isn't that fun? All right. We'll go to CoinDesk real quick. Make sure we are up on any breaking news, so I don't just skip that. But we're gonna a little teaser for when we go to CoinMarketCap next. We got Bitcoin knocking on the door of 30,000. And Ethereum knocking on the door of 2,000. So there we go. All right. I don't see anything. Optimism from Ethereum's Chapella upgrade is fading. Two weeks after the upgrade, the options market is assigning a slightly more negative sentiment to Ether. On Tuesday, options tied to Ether and Bitcoin signaled the bias for puts or bearish bets that offer the purchaser protection against price slides. However, the demand for puts in the Ether market was stronger than in the Bitcoin market. While Ether's 1 month bearish out of money, puts traded at a 5 volatility. Okay, we're not going to get too technical here. ETH's risk reversal skew has now reversed its post-Chapella recovery relative to BTC options, now pricing OTM puts at a 5 volume premium to calls at a 1 month tenor. This suggests a return to the slightly more negative sentiment assigned to ETH that we have commented on throughout this year. Yeah, I mean, if the SEC wants to nuke it all, they could, like they did in that complaint with Bittrex, with Algo, you could theoretically, now that ETH has merged to proof of stake, you could probably put the word ETH in there instead of Algo. Seems unlikely, though. And I still believe that most likely ETH will be determined to be a commodity. There's precedent for that, and it's just all stupid. All right, so let's go to CoinMarketCap and let's check that out. We don't want that. We have friends in Austin, Texas right now having a good time. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself. I do truly wish I was there. This is 2 conferences in a row that I really would have loved to be at. NFT NYC with all my friends in the community. And then there's more friends in Austin. And, that's a really good conference. It's a really good United States-based crypto conference. And yeah, I'd rather be there right now than where I am. Gonna have to, with psychotic lipstick notes on my bathroom mirror. All right, so the volume is very high for Bitcoin. It's at 25 million. Now, this is very high for recent days, I should say. But 25 billion is a large amount. 11 is about normal, maybe on the plus side. and Bitcoin is probably going to correct down. I don't know. It seems to be getting rejected right now at 30,000. We'll see. We'll see how the day plays out. XRP is, sitting there at 48 cents, down a few percent over the last week, but up about 5% over the last day. Cardano is doing even better over the last day. It got up over 41 cents again, up 8.5%. Doge is up 5%. Matic is up 8%. Solana is up 8%. Polkadot's up 5%. Near's back up over $2. It's up 7%. And our buddy Algo is a little bit over 19 cents. The volume is okay. It was 60 million yesterday. It's at 55 million today. So that's not great. And is up about 5% as promised. Let's check this out. Pepe is up 12%, folks. You can exhale. Look at that. Did anybody was there any buyers at 3:00 in the morning at this generational bottom? Just kidding. But yeah, it's looking good. What is that? The last day? Let's look at it over 7 days. There you go. So here you got it. And there's, I'm going to try to count 3, 6, 7 zeros. So you got here at 7 zeros. And then you got here. Let's just go here. It's fine. You got 6 zeros. So, folks, Pepe is here. What's the Pepe volume? Almost as high as Algo, an established cryptocurrency in the space, partnered with the Bank of Italy, largest innovation hub in India. Cool projects like Agro Token and TravelX, created by Turing Award winner, creator of zero knowledge proofs and verifiable random function, Algorand, Silvio McCauley, Chris Pikert, Shamir Ozuri. I don't know why that's my go-to name for a joke when it comes to the foundation. I like Shamir, is probably why. But yeah, so volume is almost as much as Algorand. Okay, that's enough. Okay. All right, folks. Sometimes I just got to loosen up the cockles. Got to loosen up the cockles, folk. All right, I'm done. I'm being actually annoying, I think. Okay, so let's go to Vestige. And let's see how ASAs are doing. There you go. So Algo is at 19 cents like we just saw. Inflator is up 60%. I have no idea what that is. Chips is up a little bit. Look at that. Look at that jaw. Look at that jawline. Volume's okay. We're going to do this. Opulus definitely has the most volume at 17 cents. I think, what was this, 15 cents yesterday? So it's doing pretty good, I guess. Or maybe it wasn't 15 cents yesterday. I don't know. But it was 15, 16 cents yesterday. And we got some volume there with $30,000 worth of volume in the last 24 hours. Planet is about 10,000. Cosmic Gold. Relio token. Relio got some volume with an $8 million market cap. The Rio token. I don't really even know much about that project. Akita's got some volume. Got chips down here. And our buddies at Zone Zone at 0.002 cents. Oh man, you remember the good old days when Zone was coming and they were going to launch the token. We were all waking up early, getting that Zone. Maybe we weren't all doing that, but me and a couple other dudes in the Algonauts Discord sure did that. All right. And we bought those elephants. We got elephants and tokens, folks. Elephants and tokens. All right. Yep. So optimism for that is waning. We got, all right. Before we go ahead and, well, first off, let's just look at the, where is it? Right here. Fear and greed. Bitcoin, fear and greed. Is that greed? So it's up a little bit from yesterday. And I mentioned this earlier. Let's just get this out of the way. This little bit of macro news from Zero Hedge, Tyler Durden. Is Saudi Arabia selling oil to China for gold? Rumors are making rounds that Saudi Arabia is selling oil for yuan, which it converts into gold on the Shanghai International Gold Exchange. Such a development would make sense as large parts of the world want to de-dollarize, but the renminbi is not suitable to be used as a reserve currency. China has a closed capital account and a weak rule of law. Not using the dollar could be done by using the renminbi as a trade currency and converting yuan revenue into gold on the SGEI. If the rumor is true, Saudi Arabia is buying 1 kilogram bars as there is virtually no trading in 12.5 kilogram bars on the SGEI. The benefit of 1 kilogram bars is that they are more fitting for fully allocated trading. The SGI was set up in 2014 for foreigners to access gold trading. It's great. Investment possibilities for foreigners and Chinese financial assets are limited, but there are no restrictions to converting yuan into gold on this SGEI. I will write more on the mechanics of the Chinese gold market in a forthcoming article because this will be important in the coming years with respect to de-dollarization. So gold, which I know, and I probably should have pulled this up just to kind of illuminate this further. But I remember all the rage a year or two ago was that China was aggressively scooping up gold. So we'll see what happens with that. All right. All right. So before we get into Binance US, which is kind of one of the main things that I want to talk about today, let's just look at the block real quick because the block sometimes will have better news than CoinDesk. What's this? This is good Polkadot news. Polkadot, by the way, folks, look, when I tweeted recently, if you're in the Algorand community, and I say that a security can transform over time into a commodity, Polkadot has done significant legwork on this. They worked very closely with regulators in the United States, and I think it's all but certain that they would be considered a commodity at this point. So if you are overly concerned with regulation in the United States, Polkadot might be an interesting thing. NFL Rivals is available on Apple and Android mobile devices as Mythical Games switches blockchains. Mythical CEO sees NFL Rivals attracting more than 10 million gamers this year. Mythical Games blockchain-enabled NFL Rivals, I don't know what this is ready for primetime as a mobile video game, is now available to the general public. The launch of the first officially licensed NFL crypto game comes with a twist, however, with Mythical saying that it's swapping Ethereum for the Polkadot blockchain. The company is betting that the switch will help it expand both the number of users playing Mythical titles and trading their in-game digital assets or NFTs. By releasing a video game based on professional football easily. What? America's most popular sport, Mythical CEO John Linden is bullish that NFL Rivals will be the first blockchain-powered title to tap into the highly lucrative market of mobile gaming. Other than a handful of months during the pandemic when Axie Infinity became popular, because some people got stuck at home, we anticipate this game will be north of 10 million players this year. Michael Jordan is behind it, and A16Z. Awesome. I'll let my kid play this. Cool. While NFL Rivals introduces innovations related to the trading of in-game assets to the highly popular video game sports genre, its exaggerated arcade-style gameplay possesses elements reminiscent of classic titles like NBA Jam and Tecmo Bowl, which hands down my two favorite games as a kid, and Madden, of course, and Street Fighter. But in Contra, because I'm fucking old. No, it wasn't Contra. I mean, I did play Contra, but that was old for me. It was, what was that game? Not Contra. I had like an old Atari that I did play Contra on. I can't remember the game. Damn it. Anyways, this looks cool. That's awesome. Good for Polkadot. Like I said, I'm not mad at Polkadot right now. Okay. All right. I'm not going to look into, I don't care about Arbitrum. ZK Sync Dex Merlin reportedly hacked for 1.82 million immediately after code audit. That's not funny, by the way. Decentralized exchange Merlin was reportedly hacked immediately after receiving a code audit. CertiK claims that initial findings indicate an issue with private key management, not code. Oh my God. Are these private keys safe, folks? Are private keys safe? It just seems like there is such an aggressive mission to instill fear. Let's see. Or maybe it's just, maybe it is just what it is and it's always been. It's just that right now we're in a terrible bear market and everything's getting amplified. U.S. crackdown to blame for fall in value of USDC Circle. We did have good news for USDC and Circle partnering up with Visa, and Visa is making a huge push for crypto mass adoption. So, you know, it's not all bad out there. USDC has been losing ground to rival USDT since the banking crisis in the United States rocked issuer Circle. Is that what they wanted? Is that what you wanted, SEC? Is that what you guys wanted, regulators? Is for the regulated, transparent company Circle that's been working with you people to continuously lose ground to the more opaque USDT that is heavily embedded with your apparent rival CZ? Is this the outcome that you donkeys are looking for? Alaire sees investors' desire to de-risk out of the U.S. Oh, my God. I'm not going to read this. It's going to get me mad. All right, we're going to read about this in a second. But, okay. On a lighter note, okay, so we have earnings today, which I think was like, we'll look at that real quick. Sorry, I didn't look at that. Meta after the bell. Boeing, I think, is probably already reported. And, you know, they make airplanes. Looking like a lot of healthcare. I'm sharing this, right? I'm like, I got a little PTSD. We're looking at some healthcare stuff. eBay. Anybody still buy stuff on eBay? Deutsche Bank. Some more banking stuff. Raymond James. Could do this all day. Just me pointing out things. Molina, things that I did a commercial for Molina, folks. I did a commercial for Molina Healthcare. You could only see the back of my head, though. It was so funny. I showed up and it was like we were on the beach in Santa Monica. And I'm like 36 years old or something, 35 years old at this point. And like my partner in this thing is this like 20-year-old just smoke show. And I was like, really? This is what you guys want? And it clearly wasn't, because you barely saw me in the thing and you only saw her. Okay. All right. So Molina Healthcare reports today. Hope they do well. Thank you for hiring me 7 years ago or whatever it was. Okay. So earnings is done. Economic calendar today should have some interesting stuff. What is going on? Thank you. Thank you. All right. So today is Wednesday. Guys, just want you to know today is Wednesday, right? Yeah. Today's definitely Wednesday. What kind of economic reports are we getting today? Anything? Nothing? Looks like not a lot. Oh, no. Core durable goods. So today's not the day. I think. Oh, wait. Oh, and we'll find out about. We'll find out about crude oil inventories. That should be interesting. If we're running low on that, surprisingly low on that, that could be potentially interesting. GDP tomorrow, that's definitely interesting. And jobless claims. So we'll wake up tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. for me, 8:30 for you, and we'll find out about GDP and jobless claims. And then on Friday, we find the Fed's most important inflation metric. And the parade continues. All right. So on the regulatory front, I do want to just say this real quick, and we'll move on to Binance, and then we'll talk about Algorand. Let's share this right here. Okay. So U.S. crack. Oh, okay. What is this? Groundhog Day. What if I didn't notice and I just kept on going? It was a different block. So I thought this was interesting. Former Representative Tim Ryan, who I believe was a Democrat from Ohio, and David McIntosh to lead new Bitcoin policy group. So got voted out. Old Timmy, he's going out there to advocate for Bitcoin. This is a bipartisan thing. This is one of the only bipartisan things is cryptocurrency. Now, obviously, Democrats show disproportionately are more vocal in their disdain. People like Elizabeth Warren and her lackey, Gary Gensler. But from here it goes. Former Rep Tim Ryan and Club for Growth President David McIntosh, also a former congressman, will chair a new nonpartisan effort aimed at educating policymakers and the public about Bitcoin's benefits. The Bitcoin Policy Institute will unveil the new effort, BPI Action, at a conference in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday. There you go. Tim Ryan of Ohio, David McIntosh of Indiana are going to educate our policymakers on Bitcoin. Traditional financial services have left a number of communities behind and without a proper guardrails that encourage innovation. Bitcoin and other digital innovations can bring more underserved communities into financial inclusion. Hey, Democrats, read that again. Ryan, a Democrat who worked on crypto-specific legislation during his time in office, said in a statement shared first with the block, they can also encourage the development of alternative energy sources, creating more American jobs. There you go. It's good that that man is in there educating his former colleagues. Meanwhile, key U.S. regulators like the SEC and the Commodity Futures have ramped up oversight of major firms like Kraken, Coinbase. They're taking the show on the road to the Bitcoin 2023 conference. Ryan is the group's chair. He gave up his House seat when he lost his Senate, whatever. Who cares? I don't care. I like the work you're doing now, sir. All right. So that's cool. And then where's this other? Did I not queue it up? I did queue it up. Europe is ahead of the game in Web3 after MiCA law, U.S. House Finance Chair says. We're seeing a lot of Patrick McHenry. He was at the Converge. He was at Converge, that conference that I went to last year. and he is seeking to push his own stablecoin bill through Congress, but faces criticism from Democrats. The European Union's agreement of a new crypto law puts the bloc in the lead on Web3 technology. U.S. House Financial Services Committee chair. This isn't coming from like an obscure House member. He's the chair of the Financial Services Committee. So, I mean, if you think that Washington is full of people that want to kill this, you're wrong. It's just the SEC and apparently this administration. The European Parliament last week voted on the markets and crypto assets regulation, which is set to offer a licensing regime for wallet providers, exchanges, and stablecoins as of 2024. Equivalent bills in the U.S. have failed to gain political traction. And then this is what McHenry said. Europe is showing us with Web3, they're ahead of the game of the United States. That should send chills up the spines of Americans because economic growth comes out of that technology ingenuity. That the Europeans have a technology forward law line here shows how behind the United States is. We should be the leader of the world when it comes to technology deployment, not running second to Europe. I'm sure there's Europeans in the chat right now. I'm sure that there's Europeans watching that aren't in the chat right now that are like, there's a lot of problems with Europe and there's a lot of problems with MiCA. But at the same time, it is sort of concerning for some of us in the United States that, you know, we live here, right? So we want it to do the right thing and be defensible. And sometimes it's hard. McHenry was optimistic about prospects for his bills on stablecoins and crypto market structure, despite criticism from Democrats. In the meantime, many crypto players have been left operating in a legal gray area. All right, so you get the point. The House Chair of Financial Services is raising the alarm that the United States is falling behind. But it's not bad, folks. Where's that article? California Dow bill would fix existing laws' fatal flaws, A16Z exec says. The new proposal is a significant improvement over other state laws that essentially define DAOs as LLCs. A16Z's Crypto's General Counsel, Miles Jennings, tells Blockworks. A California state representative has floated a law that seeks to attract DAOs by fixing that one industry executive called fatal flaws of existing laws, looking to do the same. Many legal entity structures are fundamentally incompatible with DAOs, primarily because they are predicated on concepts of centralized management and membership or member ownership. Laws in Wyoming and Vermont, for example, essentially redefine DAOs as a type of limited liability company. A bill in Utah signed into law last month used a coalition of automated legal applications model to recognize limited liability for DAO members that meet certain criteria. Miles Jennings, general counsel of A16Z Crypto, a venture capital firm that helped draft the bill, called the California bill a significant improvement to such existing laws, noting that it stays within the general constructs applicable to entity forms across the U.S., whatever the fuck that means. I kind of get what it means, but it's just a lot of words. The legitimate criticism directed at existing DAO laws stems from the fact that those laws are based on the LLC entity form in those jurisdictions. All right, so you get it. And then, I talk about it frequently. Obviously, I pay attention to what California is doing because I live here, but California DMV is also putting car titles and stuff on the blockchain, a private iteration of the blockchain, but it shows an openness and a willingness to use the technology. So, yeah. So when Joe Biden bows out of this next election because he's very old and Gavin Newsom steps up, he should probably emphasize all this stuff in the best way that his, very slick political savvy will do. So I think this is a winning strategy for California. And you, Gavin, oh my God, I'm not going to get into, being a political advisor. I don't think they want it. Can we talk about Binance now, guys? Why are you making me talk about all this bullshit? All right, so Binance, there's smoke, folks. This happens every time. You guys have been watching me do this every morning for a while. Every time that Bloomberg and CNBC starts to float these types of articles, something is coming. And this came out yesterday right after my show. Binance.us tech work is parceled to a crew in Shanghai. About 20% of US platforms' workforce is located in China. We've kind of heard this before, but they're ramping it up. Apparent China connection may draw US scrutiny to the firm. It already has, and it's coming. Binance.us, a digital asset platform owned by billionaire Changpeng CZ Zhao, that was created to serve American clients as a significant tech workforce in China. Do you think that the U.S. government likes that, folks? Do you think they're going to bounce? They're going to pounce on that? The Commodity Futures Trading Commission identified what it alleged were blurred lines between Binance US and Binance Holdings, the biggest cryptocurrency exchange by far. The CFTC complaint accuses Zhao and Binance of soliciting U.S. users in violation of federal laws and using Binance.us as a laboratory to identify big clients for the global site. It makes no mention of the Shanghai contract staff and didn't raise concerns with past or current operations in China, which represent a minority of its workforce and aren't of themselves unlawful. But any links to the country where Binance was founded may raise questions by U.S. authorities, according to former senior U.S. government officials interviewed by Bloomberg News. The SEC, the Justice Department, and the IRS have also been probing Binance. Bloomberg has reported spokesman for the CFTC, the Department of Justice, and the Treasury Department, which runs the IRS, declined to comment. A representative for the SEC didn't respond to requests for comments. Binance.us has a global workforce of more than 500 employees and contractors that serve our US-based customers. Binance.us's experienced independent leadership team controls the direction of the company, its assets, and the supervision of customer accounts and data, all of which is stored on the Amazon Web Services platform based in Richmond, Virginia. Okay, so you got that. Raising alarm about these Chinese connections and, pointing out all of those investigations. And then you have Binance doing this. Binance.us has made the difficult decision to exercise its right to terminate the asset purchase agreement with Voyager. While our hope throughout this process was to help Voyager's customers access their crypto in kind, the hostile and uncertain regulatory climate in the United States has introduced an unpredictable operating environment impacting the entire American business community. We are focused on creating a safe platform where our customers can participate in the digital asset economy. So, and a judge recently cleared them to do some of it, but it's clear that there's something coming. Eleanor Terret, I don't know how you say her last name, but she has been ahead of a lot of the breaking news on Twitter. A source close to Binance on whether the exchange plans to join Coinbase in suing the SEC government. Company leadership is highly supportive of Coinbase and their efforts to bring reason and clarity to U.S. crypto regulations. However, the company is still dealing with the repercussions of FTX's previous campaign in Washington, D.C. to paint their Canadian CEO, CZ Binance, as a Chinese communist and fears their involvement in the discussion could be counterproductive at this point. I think you're right, CZ. So you guys see what's going on? No new tweets from CZ. All right, let's go back. Let's talk to you guys. So I guess all I'm pointing out is that there's a hell of a lot of smoke here, and something is clearly coming down the pipe with Binance US. We've all been anticipating it. And, look, if these things can just end up being settlements, if it's a settlement with the CFTC for some ungodly amount of money, and then it's a settlement with Binance US is gone. It's obviously not going to exist anymore. That's so clear that they're not going to let them do it. They're not going to let Binance operate here. It's all what we're actually wondering at this point. Are criminal charges going to be levied at CZ? That's really when what's his face Kobe tweeted, the international search, because he was hearing rumors from his friends, which, what was it called, a red notice or whatever it was, an international warrant for CZ's arrest, somebody that is massively connected. That is the question. Okay, Algorand. Do you guys like Algorand? Here, let's stop sharing this. Let me cue something up real quick. Look at that. Look at this. This is disgusting. All right. You don't care about that, though, actually, do you? All right, let me just look at something real quick, and then I'm going to get this up, and then we're going to hang out for a second. Where in the world is Carmen's son? Oh, damn it. Here, let me just do this real quick. Sorry, guys. I wanted to. Well, okay. I'm not going to bring it up because it's going to take me too long. And because we're running out of time. We've ran out of time. But let's talk Algorand real quick. There was news from Lofty. Lofty is having some issues. I was going to pull up their thing, but it's not easy for me right now, so I'm not going to do it because we're running out of time. But Lofty is unable to accept algo on their platform right now because of their partners and some problems, and they're going to work with the foundation to hopefully solve that. So that seems like a bad sign. I don't really know why they're doing that or what their partners' problems are. But then also there's this odd delay for the DeFi rewards. I mean, you guys can let me know if there is anything. Oh, yeah, they aren't taking algo payments. Yep, that's it. What's going on, Tay? How are you doing, man? Good to see you. And IRL, let's all go. Let's all go where? Where do you want to go, IRL? Where are you taking us? Let's all go. It sounds like you're inviting me somewhere, and I want to go. They're reaching out for new partners, yeah. And then we have the quick. It didn't really say much. This article from yesterday about Algorand didn't say much, but it was something. Oh wait, I gotta come back. Let's share this. Where are you? There it is. We're back at CoinDesk, but you thought I was going to forget. That's when I usually forget, but I didn't forget, folks. Not forgetful today. Algorand Foundation among creditors opposing restructuring of troubled crypto exchange Hodlnaut. The Algorand Foundation declared $35 million in exposure to the lender in September. Several of the largest creditors of troubled Singaporean crypto lender Hodlnaut have indicated they want the company to be placed in liquidation as opposed to a restructuring, according to a court filing published by Hodlnaut's judicial managers. The creditors that oppose a restructuring include Samtrade Custodian Limited, which is currently in liquidation, and the Algorand Foundation. These creditors have claims worth $225 million, which is $170 million in dollars. The announcement published by Hodlnaut's judicial manager states that there is no white knight investor for the lender, leading to an absence of fresh capital. Creditors initially indicated a preference for liquidation in January, with the Algorand Foundation stating in a court filing that liquidation would maximize the company's remaining assets available for distribution. In September, the Algorand Foundation declared that it had $35 million exposure. We already read that. You said that twice. So yeah. So there you go. Foundation just wanted them to liquidate, and they wanted to get some slice of their $35 million now, probably. They wanted some of that runway back. But they're fine. They keep on running into a wall in Singapore. Not exactly being super friendly to you over there in Singapore, are they? Hodlnaut, Three Arrows Capitals, you know. Got that Three Arrows Capitals and the Hodlnauts. Get out of here. Hodl knots, 3 arrows capitals. Forget about it. All right. So we did that. Sorry, guys. Brain's broken. Guess what? I'm doing this 2 more times this week. I'm going to be here 4:30 in the morning. I'm going to scream at you. I'm going to tell you to wake up. Get it together. Sorry. I'm going to start smacking myself like a man. Oh! Thought I was going to do it, didn't you? I almost did it. Almost smacked myself for you people. See what I do? See what I do for you? And they're dragging their feet like a couple of whatevers. Where's our DeFi rewards? Tay? Okay. All right. Yeah, Singapore courts are crazy. Okay, I'm going to hang out with you, my friends, for a bit, okay? And then we're going to go. Can you say White Knight in 2023? All right. I'm going back here. I'm going to go back a little bit, and I'm going to start going down because it makes more sense for the conversation. I'm going to find a place of interest, and then we're going to scroll down, you guys. And once I get where you buy Pepe, I think you can buy it at MEXC and Uniswap, obviously. All right. Let's see. John is like super dedicated to Pepe. All right. Have a great day. Okay. So Chris left. Everyone's saying, hey, take care, Chris. We'll miss you. Crypto for Change is the man. He's the man. We should, Crypto for Change. We should create the ReCoop as like, we should start combining forces here. You should come under the ReCoop umbrella. The pay is awful. And you can run the gaming division of the ReCoop Corp. You'll run gaming. You'll do the whole gaming thing. And you'll help me with some of this more technical stuff I'm terrible at. And we'll split the wonderful revenue. Want to do it? All right. There we go. What's up? Good morning to Brazil. Bull trap incoming. I think, Jake, you're probably right. CMC is suppressing. So John is saying that the CoinMarketCap is suppressing Pepe because CZ hasn't secured his bag yet. But once CZ owns some Pepe, he's going to let it fly. It went from 7 zeros to 6 zeros. Wow. Just wait till it goes to 5 zeros. That's the exciting part about these coins, is that it looks like very little, but if you own 35 billion of them, you get pretty excited. Pepe is better than Algo. Crypto for Change says. How far we've fallen, folks. Crypto for Change used to sit on the mountaintop, just like instead of yodeling. Crypto for Change is actually, and you guys saw him do that dance thing, right? The what was it? He like was the leader, like a band leader type of thing. He's also something that you might not know about him, a world-class yodeler. And he used to yodel. I don't know how to yodel. He used to do that on the mountaintops. I've lost my fucking mind. I hate that NiceHash has no option to trade in Algorand. Okay. Pepe will get into the top 25 before Algo. It's not going to happen. I don't believe you. Got to remember this ecosystem is full of degen gamblers. Yeah, that's true. What was the Opulus high? Like $7? Yeah. And for the record, by the way, buddy man, Opulus high, like $7. I made a Opulus video that said nice things about Lee, maybe some whatever. I commented a little bit about his brashness, but I told people, and it was, I remember it was like $6.50 or $6. I was like, look, I'm not a buyer at $6. Are you crazy? No chance. So I warned you people about that. Crypto for Change was one of those people that didn't listen to me. Just kidding. Maybe he did. I don't know. Oh yeah, he wasn't. He didn't listen to me because he didn't sell $25,000 worth there at that point. Whoever holds the most gold rules. That's what it's starting to look like. US holds the most by a large margin. Great. Street of Rage. Dude, you did it. Street of Rage. Kenrick. I think that's what I was trying to think. I loved Street of Rage. Gotcha. Metal Gear was another one I liked. Oh, up, down, down. Yeah, now we're doing, yeah, I love it. Average Jen says he doesn't think he's used eBay in over 10 years. I bought because my son really wanted a LeBron James Cavs jersey. And so we used eBay to get a used one because you couldn't buy it new. But we got like his rookie jersey. It was pretty cool for not that much. I've snagged some absolutely insane deals from there. Yeah, that's when you really need something like obscure that people don't make anymore, or it can be competitive with Amazon pricing even on new stuff sometimes. Yeah. Check Forced Republic Bank chart if you haven't covered it. Oh, I know. You said Forced, and I was like, huh? But I was like, is there another one? Is that like the knockoff? But First Republic Bank, oh my God. We don't need to look at that, but you guys know what that is. That's the traditional, you guys can't see this, but it's the traditional rug chart. It's going to be a spicy end of the week for sure. I guess that probably is going to, we're going to get GDP. We're going to get inflation numbers. We're probably going to get Binance US, I think. We're going to get banking probably issues. Maybe Balaji isn't crazy. He is crazy about $1 million, but what if we did see some crazy escape velocity for Bitcoin right now? I would regret once again, looking at it at 27.3 and being like, all right, should I just DCA here? Because I do want more Bitcoin. Oh, so the governor's hat does a lot of eBay. I want a nice watch. I'm tired of my watches. Something's gonna have to go right for me to get a kind of watch I want. Okay, I bought some Pepe crypto for change. Thanks for the financial advice, Rob. Robbie's like, hi, David, aka Crypto for Change. I love your YouTube channel where you promote Algorand, and now your new promotion is Pepe. I hope they're paying you well. And you have totally convinced me to buy Pepe with your financial advice. Thank you. Oh, nice. That's cool. Hat. I like that. Robbie, you have reached a YouTube channel that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. Oh, okay. And the hat hates Gavin. That story's creepy. I don't know how deep that story goes, but that is a creepy story. So, yeah. That's true. You just made me sad. You made me tired again, hat. Because nothing can be the way I want it to be. 4. Yeah, he's saying that's FUD. So Crypto for Change is, I think, pushing back on Governor Hat's comment about Gavin. Oh, Gavin. I'm sorry. He's not talking about Gavin Wood. He's talking about everybody's favorite politician, Gavin Newsom. I will say about Gavin Newsom, brace yourself. I bartended in Brentwood, California, Southern California, Brentwood, California. If you're wondering, the northern one isn't as nice. And Gavin Newsom walked in when he was running for governor of California, and he sat at my bar. He looked at me with like, this person couldn't have been more put together, more slicked back. He ordered a Johnny Walker Black, and he reeked of politician. Just reeked of it. But he was nice. But oh my God, that guy was overly slick. It doesn't feel great how slick that guy is. But I don't think he's a particularly ideological person, which is something that is better than some. Okay, I noticed today I can't log in using my Google account on regular Binance now, even with the VPN. Was only logging in to delete the account anyway because they keep emailing me in German. Yeah, they're cracking down. There's problems. It says no USA. I think CZ should get like that no regrets tattoo, and it say no USA, or maybe no UAS. Get it wrong. Good day, legends. El Crypto, what's going on? Yeah, you are. Okay. Oh yeah, they aren't taking algo payments. Oh yeah, so that was Zen reminding himself about Lofty and not taking algo payments. Pepe Land, home of the free. Good to see them not letting that go. Can you say White Knight? I don't know. That story still baffles me. Not that way. Okay, what are you guys talking about? Like how? Like why? Hodl not. Oh yeah, okay. Talking about Hodl not. I know. Like why? Who said like why? Robbie. Like why? This is the right answer. The cray cray. Remember when they publicly canned that kid in the 90s? It's 50. It's 50. I told my wife that some people actually thought I was 50 on my birthday, and haven't seen her that happy in a while. Man, El Crypto is on a shoe strike. He refuses to wear shoes until his next gens show up. I'm supposed to get my shoes that I decided to buy instead today. I'll unbox them for you tomorrow. Sorry, I actually am having a weird day because I'm cracking myself up because everything is so stupid. But yeah, I'm going to turn this channel into an unboxing channel, and we're going to have lots of surprises. So tomorrow is shoes. And then later, maybe I'll do it because look, some of these people what did I try to watch recently? It was like I was trying to learn how to do something and it was so bad. I was like, man, so maybe I should just ditch this whole crypto thing. I'll just unbox things and I'll do tutorials on how to do simple things around the house. Oh my God. Is there a Pepe ASA yet? And if there is, I'll add that ASA and you guys can tip me in Pepe. Let's get me in. Come on, John. Put your money where your mouth is, buddy. Send me some Pepe. Send me some wrapped Pepe on the Algorand blockchain. ReCoop Corp. There we go. IRL, you are welcome. You can be the NFT person. Guys, come on. Let's turn this into a thing. Let my ego be the person. Call it ReCoop. We need my ego to be okay, and then we'll have IRL under the umbrella. We'll have Crypto for Change under the umbrella. Ella, feeling peppish. Send it. DM me the ASA and send it, Fisherman. By the way, First Republic is collapsing. Okay, so that took over. Let's go look real quick. Let's go look. That's probably why the Dow is down. Look at those shoes. You guys could have just bought those. Just kidding. Look at that. Those are ugly. Why would you pay the money? Nobody wants your shoes, okay? I guess maybe is this a good tennis brand and somebody that plays tennis is like, yeah, we do. Actually, these are fantastic. Make my feet feel like a paradise. Okay, so there's no new news. It's just... So the NASDAQ is cooling off. Obviously, it has a lot of gains in a very, very isolated, section of the NASDAQ, which is big tech, Microsoft. But the Dow is down 130. This is all going to cool off. The NASDAQ is going to give away these gains. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. Does Bloomberg have something more explicit about First Republic, or is it just about to happen? All right. Well, advisors, it sounds like they have First Republic Bank shares slumped all-time low on a report that advisors have lined up potential buyers of new stock as part of a rescue plan for the beleaguered lender. Advisors will try to persuade big U.S. banks who have already bailed First Republic out once to purchase bonds from the San Francisco-based company at above market rates for a total loss of a few $1 billion, less than the FDIC corp fees associated with any First Republic failure. As part of that plan, the advisors have already lined up possible purchasers for new shares. So, all right. Here, I'll give 409 what he was asking for. The dive is real, folks. There you go. We're not going to look too far, but it's down 95% in the last 6 months. It's down $111 in the last 6 months, and it's like look at that. Always around 120 bucks. 120 bucks. 140, 120. And then one day it went like 115. What's going on? Hasn't been down here for a while, and then boop, 31. And then people are like, it's going to be fine. They bailed them out. 39. Boop. 31. Uh-oh. Okay, we got a little pump. Boop. 12. And then la-di-da. What am I doing? 547. Oh, boy. There you go. So First Republic, not a good chart. Not a good chart. Might be potentially bullish for Bitcoin. Bitcoin seems to like that narrative. Government takeover of Inc. Why are you asking that question? Is there a reason for this? A government takeover of Inc. Bronze medal watch party, folks. Bronze medal party. You know, folks, I got to say this, and I got to say it as explicitly as I can. I have been enthusiastic about Algorand for so long. I have never told you to buy it, by the way. Never once. I told you what I was excited about and why I was bullish on it. A lot of those narratives still exist. I actually do believe there's been a lot of momentum and adoption. There was a smart text or tweet from I know a viewer of the show, Axtrax. He responded to a post about like, look, I don't really give a crap about the bikes. I never have. I thought that they had. It seemed clear to me that they were pushing the green blockchain and they needed to have partnerships with environmentally friendly companies and organizations, and the word crypto makes a lot of those organizations not to want to be just whatever. I just didn't care. I didn't care about the bikes. I was like, if you want to be upset about something, you should be looking at HODL, who's in charge of the treasury. You should be looking at early RAND days and borderless days and, regulation. These are the things that you should be concerned about. Those other things are just distractions, in my opinion. But I did make the point still, and this was yesterday, that I still see more things to be excited about, right? About the adoption and the constantly evolving and innovative tech and, the talent in the community that is struggling so much. Just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff to be cool about. But at the same time, I got to say, man, at some point, your risk tolerance needs to kick in. And you need to start asking yourself hard questions about what happens if this truly does go to zero. You have to at least, for the longest time, I never thought that this could go to zero. I did not think, okay, zero was on the plate, but you have to at least, at this point, I hate to say it, be calculating in your own risk way how you would manage if it did go to zero. I just think that that's important. I'm not trying to FUD and I'm not trying to say anything bad. I do still have hope, and I'm here talking about it, but I just want you guys to there's a smoke. There's a smoke. And yes, there's administrative delays about DeFi, but it's hard to believe that these first time ever delays with radio silence behind them that you have to really probe to get any kind of answers, that there's not some sort of reason why they are kicking this DeFi reward thing down the road. It's kicking this DeFi can down the road. Why are they doing that? I mean, it's impossible not to speculate that it has something to do with the Bittrex complaint, okay? And some sort of legal issue. And if that's the case, if they have to, back out of DeFi rewards, then that is going to be hugely, hugely bad for the community that is already taking far too many blows than is desired. So let's get that settled, Algorand Foundation. If it is true that it's just some administrative delays, well, just get to it. Have the tweets from Pact and Tiny Man and Humble be, hey, we received the rewards. We're setting it all up. We're bringing it to you ASAP. Can we get those tweets? Are those tweets coming? I hope so. But anyways, so he said, I wish it was easier to point to metrics that support the growing adoption claim. Because I did say in my thing that there was growing adoption. I made this tweet very long. So I guess 645 people saw it. But usually those don't get seen by a lot of people. And by the way, at the end of this tweet, I say, you read it all the way to the bottom. I did tweet yesterday that the bikes, right, that I just talked about, that I don't really care about. We were hearing that maybe that deal was canceled, that Climate Ride backed out. What I have also heard since then is that it was actually renegotiated down, not canceled. And the figure that the person that told me this floated the figure of $500,000 a year. So, but anyways, Axtrax says, I wish it was easier to point to metrics that support the growing adoption claim. Daily number of transactions has been pretty much stagnant or declining and is mostly Planet Watch. Would love to see those numbers start going up. What happened to Coinbanks and Nax Group and other big projects? What happened to Coinbanks and Nax Group? Fred Estante, I saw a couple of weeks ago that said that Coinbanks is still working aggressively, and Nax Group, I have no idea what they're doing. And they were affiliated with Skybridge, and Skybridge has definitely exited the building. Have you heard anything from our buddy Scaramucci since practically the last time he came on the show? Which, by all accounts, on my side was like, that second interview was like, this guy might be over it. But my response to this is true, buddy. It's true what you're saying. The adoption that I am seeing and recognizing are the partnerships. The adoption of, because if you look at the crypto industry at large, when it comes to real world adoption, it is it's a ghost town. So little is actually happening on the real world adoption front. And Algorand actually has been creating that sort of adoption. You saw it in Italy. You're hopefully seeing it in India, and you're seeing it in other areas. You've seen it with the secondary sales for TravelX and for airline tickets. You're seeing real world projects take shape and use the Algorand blockchain. And then which is innovative and cool and efficient and removes middlemen and does all of the cool things that we're trying to do with this innovation, or what maybe I'm not trying to do because I'm not a technical person, but the things that we all support and are excited about. We're excited about this innovation. And then, of course, the SEC has to come in and pour cold water on it and create doubt in all of those partnerships because of the lack of clarity and the weird, opaque message of that complaint in the Bittrex lawsuit, which could make you speculate that those security days are in the past. So, I mean, I guess it's potentially the delay with the DeFi rewards is the Algorand entities working in some way with the SEC to see how they can continue to proceed without the SEC's involvement. I don't know. Anyways, I didn't share. I promised you I wouldn't do that today, and I did it. You can read the tweet. It was just a tweet. So, I mean, I was just ranting anyways. So you can look at it there if you want. But I think I got through this pretty well without messing that up. So. Stand outside with the boombox and a wallet I control, no regrets. I remember the Weird Al song about the canning. You bastard. I'm changing my name to Joe Jackson. Maybe review good Algorand NFTs? Okay. I can do that. Check your para. Okay. Failure to wrap Pepe may result in unfortunate surprises. No, the supply got fucked up going through wormhole. They have some stupid stuff hard-coded. There's a Pepe ASA. It's called Bartledew. That's right, Maximus. Maybe the Bartledew should just rebrand. John is on it. John's doing the Lord's work. Maximus fell asleep today. Thanks for sharing, Maximus. Oh, boy. Word on the street is First Republic lied about their financials. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's definitely coming. FDIC will come in on that one. We do need XGov. Oh my God. IRL, did you see that post where it was of Yomo doing like, I don't know, some yoga position? Then it's this awful picture of me going like, and then it's the one of D40 at NFT NYC, and then it's you kind of go. It's pretty funny. First time delays, I hope. Well, but not with the rewards, Robbie. It's always gone off with without a hitch, right? Or maybe I just didn't care at that point. Oh, buddy. Maximus. Let's not let it go. Bear markets are tough. John Bon Jovi is really having a hard time with this breakup. He wants to be loved. At this point, she owns you, John. You spend your life talking about Algorand and Stacy. El Crypto. No, Junaid Shabir. I will make no predictions. I am here in California making 0 price predictions. Okay, you guys are just yelling at John Bon Jovi. It was pretty good on sharing today, Coop. Thanks, Robbie. Till the end. What was the actual reason for Coinbase to remove staking on Algo? Was that because they reformatted into the governance model? No. Coinbase was participating in governance, and then the SEC came in and they created a lot of problems for everyone's staking programs. And so I think that Coinbase made the decision that it wasn't worth the hassle to participate in governance anymore with their holders stuff so they could provide yield. So what they did was they gave a DIY kind of instructional on how you can participate in algo governance and said they're no longer going to do it, which in the end is a good thing because we didn't need Coinbase's, all of the Coinbase customers having Coinbase voting on their behalf. It skewed voting even more to, wherever they wanted to vote. Many cryptos are still staking on Coinbase, but there was effort that they just didn't want to do anymore. And, it turns out that the SEC was going to say that algo had been a security for a while. So they probably knew that as well. Yeah, according to Guard, they're 4 weeks late on algo rewards. Nice. It's cool that I said your name right, bud. I'm not saying rewards have been delayed, but Algorand Foundation is delayed in other areas consistently. Transparency report being a big one I'm thinking of right now. Yeah, Robbie. I do not know, actually, Ivan. Yeah, so I think the governance rewards have been distributed. If I'm correct, it's these separate DeFi incentive rewards, which we all know that the SEC is going after DeFi currently, and we also know that the Algorand Foundation is under a huge microscope. We also know that there is a lawsuit, a current civil lawsuit going against Rand Labs and Borderless Capital, not the institutions, Borderless Capital, but David Garcia, the founder and CEO of. There's a ongoing civil lawsuit about the early days of Algorand. Essentially, we know that Silvio Macaulay is going to be disposed. We know that oh my god. So there's going to be whatever that is. That's a civil suit. It could be fine, but it's just going to bring out more and more. I don't think Scaramucci is coming back on an Algorand podcast for a while. Shabir, I think I'll reach out. I'll ask him. I'll be like, hey, are you still interested in Algorand? Are you not? Would you like to come on the show and talk about it? I'll reach out. Let's see if he wants to do it. I enjoy talking to him. He's easy to talk to. Yeah, I thought AlgoFi was the only US-based one too. DFly also is US-based and was eligible. DFly, huh? Well, just they were eligible. Now, am I correct in this, Zen? Is it 7:42? Holy shit. I got to go. All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. We have GDP. We have a lot of stuff coming out tomorrow too, where I will be around, and you can always reach out to me and we can have some conversations. If you know anything, if you want, Mooch is on the Casper train. Exactly. But I got to go. All right, folks. I'll see you soon.